listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof on Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof on Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof on Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. Why does this never... I believe me, hair and makeup, I had to fire him, but I'm going to get a new team. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. You know when you get a hair in your eye? I had a hair on the hat. So what are you guys doing? What's this? They worshipped Lou, the aliens. This is all real. Yeah? You know, some of it. Oh no, I didn't know that cartoon was that blurry. Oh, look how nice it is on this side. Then you come over here and you need glasses. I got to fix it. I'll fix it after the show. Well, welcome everybody. Tonight is video night. We're going to look at UFOs for most of the show. And we're going to see what's real and what isn't. Like we usually do, but usually I'll stick in a topic, which I'm doing tonight anyway. Oh, my man, Dinkum. Before we get started, I got to make you a moderator. I am so sorry. Yeah, I knew I forgot somebody to put back there, man. You're back. Don't worry, I got you. Damn it. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he sent this. All right, here it is. Hold on. Add as moderator. All right, I got you, bro. In 5, 4, 3, 2, save. You are again a mod. Hey, and thanks for the 20 months there, Chief. Basically 21. Everybody's, we know. Thanks, man. Happy New Year to you and yours too, bro. Let's do a little bit of roll call. Ed Shafet, how you doing, man? Happy New Year to you and yours. A member for 4 months. Yeah, it's been 4 already. Wow. You wrote it in there. Truthology for ufology. Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't know. Now we know. Look at that. Look at that guy. See, that's a happy Ed. I like that picture, Ed. You look happy. Don Mofo throwing down 256. $2.56. All right. Before I get started, I may not have the energy I usually do. I'm working off a headache. I had the reason we weren't here last night, because believe it or not, I had an episode. Mild episode, but nonetheless, I did, and it sucked. And it took just enough energy out of me that I couldn't even go to treatment. 2 days now. But I'm fine now. Now I'm whatever I had, whatever episodes I had in the past, this was like 1/10 of it. And it wore me out. So I had popcorn. I had half a bag of that microwave popcorn, and I got sick. The last 3 times I had popcorn, I threw up. No more popcorn for G. Can't digest it. I don't know. But I only ate half a bag. And I did have it on a sort of an empty stomach. It was all bad. But anyway, we're alive and kicking. I just can't yell and scream, and that's a good thing. Because when I raise the volume, the pain goes up the back of my neck, and then it hits me right there. So that's why if I'm not, hey, yo, no, oh, fanable. Maybe next hour. I'm going to try to do more than an hour, too. I don't know what I have in me yet. That's why when I made the show, I knew I was going to play videos all day, all night. Not all night, but thanks, Don Mofo. Pure love. Mucho gusto generoso. Oh, welcome to the show, so. Jeanette Angel with the £5, £5 super dono, just like Don Mofo did. Super dono. Mucho gusto generoso, and welcome to the show. Jeanette, thank you very much. Continuing supporter. Ed, thank you. Welcome to the show. Dinkum, welcome back. And if you guys want to help support the show, all the links are in the show description. Yeah, that's where they're at. Jeff Gavi's here. What do you say, Jeff? Brookes, how do you feel? What do you say? Helen. Oh, and if I do look thinner, it's because I shaved the beard. Oh, what is that? Oh, did I cut myself? Is that a mole? It's not. I don't know if I had one there. Well, that's new. All right. I need a mirror. Somebody get me a compact. Dinkamazi. Mike Johnson, welcome to the show. Samo, the show welcomes you. V-Man, what do you say, V? Good to see. Glenn Collin. How you doing, Chief? Yes, corn equals starch equals bleh. Welcome. Josie UK, welcome to the show. All right, let's get started. Intergalactic Angular. Let's get started. What's this? Mike Johnson throwing down a Canadian $7. That's super dono. It's a dono from Mike Johnson. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing good, bro. Thank you for supporting Goof On like nobody's business for the last few years. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Appreciate that, man. In the new year, this is our second show of the new year. Should be the third. That's okay. We were here Sunday, weren't we? We did New Year's here. Still, 6 days a week. Thanks, Mike Johnson. Happy New Year to you and yours. Mucho gusto, man. Generoso. It is weird. All right, let's start off. I have everything in the... Now, I said I can't go out of order. So this is the order the show's going to be in tonight. All right, here we go. No, here we go. Ah, that's right. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy, not a ufologist. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I just do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the
UFO community. Just a reminder for the new year. Now, Lou's book is coming out soon. I hope it's Valentine's Day. That would be awesome. What a gift I would give people. Okay. Kicking it off with a little bit of lousy loop. I was going to say loopy loo, and it came out. I have this clip set up. It's an interesting one, though. It's from Theories of Everything, and I want you to hear this because it's very rare we get to hear Lou and his why he thinks there's secrecy. I really thought this was interesting, and I think it's worth another listen. From Theories of Everything, giddy up.
Question: what if there was knowledge, Kurt, that was so volatile, so earth-shattering?
Here's the truth.
That the mere knowledge of that getting out could predicate an action that could potentially threaten the entire species. Now, what do I mean?
Oh, now what does he mean by that?
Well,
hold on a second. What I think I just figured it out. I figured out why we cannot see these aliens. They're toxic. Toxic. You look at them and you could die. Do you believe there might be something out there like that? Medusa had a hell of a weapon. She turned men into stone. I turned the stone when you were gone. Little ELO for those who know Electric Light Orchestra. Way ahead of their time. But Lou is saying, he's telling the truth. I'm saying they're toxic. I don't know. But I'm thinking, why couldn't they show them to us? Do they, the aliens, have a hatred for us that if they see us, they want to eat us? Curse us? Is it possible that if the aliens look at us, they're demons and may possess us or abduct us? Who knows? We don't know. Nobody knows. But Lou knows. Look, they found the alien Bible. It says it right there. They worship Lou. Why do you think we got him? Listen to now he's going to say why. So here we go. I know I interrupted.
For just a moment, take off the scientific hat. Bing. Take off your humanitarian hat. Bing. Take off your philanthropic hat and put on a hat of national security. We just talked about the fact that there's no indication that these things have been here to help us. Okay. So there's really only three possibilities. They're benign, or if you will, benevolent, or two, they are malevolent. They're here to hurt us, or three, they're just here to observe us and they're capable of doing both good and bad like us. Well, if you were to put on your national security hat for a second, let's say you're a general from the 1950s or 60s, and your job is to protect America and all things good and great, and the height of the Cold War, and you've got the Soviet bear across there, and things are pretty tough, right? And nuclear proliferation is a real thing. Now you have information that there is something here that can outperform anything you have. And really, anything you have is rather ineffective from a national security perspective. And there's a thing out there, and it doesn't show that it's being benevolent. So it's only one of two other options, either malevolent or it's like us. And we see this very careful ISR surveillance of our nuclear equities. It's interested in nuclear equities. Well, some may look at that as what we call preparation for the battlefield. Okay. And let's just say
No, hold on a second. I know where he's going. So look, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of hearing that they focus. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me, and I know why. But in a year, maybe 5 years from now, you'll agree with me. But now you won't. They're not focusing on our nuclear shit all the time. They're all over all the time. They're everywhere. They're not just there. They're at the bridges. They're at the tunnels. They're in the oceans. They're on the moon. They're in Antarctica. They're not just focusing on the nuclear stuff or giving it more attention. No. They're at Stonehenge just as much as they're at Luke Air Force Base or 3 Mile Island. Wait, didn't that explode? Well, you know what I mean. You may not agree with me. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because that's the media playing the threat. And they need funding for a way to figure out the threat. If there's no threat, there's no funding. Then why do we need funding if they're not going to do anything? It's an asinine way to get money for your black budget programs, and they steal money anyway. We know it. We saw it. Grush talked about it. It's all one big psyop. And at the end of the day, UFOs and aliens is used to cover up whatever it is we have in our arsenal. And that may be a UFO or two. So I think it's really funny hearing Lou talk about the threat. Oh, we can't follow it. We can't shoot it down. Heck, we don't even know what it is. That's a threat? They haven't killed us. They haven't shown, like he said, any reason for us to be shooting at them. We're shooting at them. Why? We're the bad guys. They don't want anything to do with us because we freaking kill them. They know because of what we did to their friends in Roswell. They should have taken us out. If Roswell was real and we stole their friends and dissected them, what if they did that to your family? What if they did that to your dog? What if they did that to you? You'd want a little bit of revenge. We may see that someday. And that's because of our own actions and people like him who see he's a hammer. Everything he looks at is a nail to him. This is a person who is never happy. Guarantee it. Never. And I feel bad for a lot of people who were in the military, have military families, because I don't think you know what it's like to be a free person. I really don't. Yeah, sure, you have structure. Your dad has a great pension. The best insurance money can buy for your health. Beautiful. Without that, you'd be one of us. Imagine? It sucks. Yeah, we're giving all of our freaking money to a war I didn't ask for. I'm getting all political. And the borders. At the end of the show, I am playing a clip about the borders. So if you want a Skadansky in the last 10 minutes, you might want to. Not now. I'm talking an hour and a half from now. I've been holding on to that clip. I'm angry at this administration. They have literally bankrupt the country in the first 2 years. And in the last 2 years, they're looking for more ways to get votes to bankrupt this country. So we'll have to rely on everybody else. And you know what they're going to say? Up yours, America. You had your turn. You were greedy and you got. And we're going to see the end of that soon. I feel bad for this country. I really do. I enjoyed my life. If I died tonight, I'm okay with that. I lived, I had fun. You know, I did what I wanted to do my way. So I feel bad for anybody who's in their 20s that has to live through this next 40 years. I don't know. I don't even know if this country will be here. I'm serious. Everything is just chaos right now. It's chaos and mayhem at once. Go to Chicago. Go to San Francisco. Have some fun. Tell me how fun that vacation would be. Yeah. Hey, just go to California and LA. It's miserable. There's needles everywhere, homeless everywhere. The country's in ruins, the blue states, really. But don't come to Florida. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. Nah, it's too humid. Don't come here. Go to Arizona. They don't have humidity over there. And nearly the amount of insects. Arizona, yeah, that's where you should go. Because they're right on the edge of red and blue. You get your mix over there. You'll find a place. Go to Arizona. Go to Arizona. All right, Lou.
Hypothetically, there's a 10%
I got
chance.
on a rant.
Yes, that's a 10% chance that these things are bad, or one day they're going to come here in force, and they're looking at us, right? Remember, you're putting on your national security hat, so forget about everything else for a moment. Your job is to be paranoid, and there's a small remote chance that these things are not good, and maybe there is a plan for these things at some point to come in force in 50 years from now. And if the mere fact you have this conversation with the American people, what's going to happen? Well, the American people are going to start getting prepared. Well, you know, I can tell you in real life combat situations, when we send in long range surveillance LURS teams, you know, behind enemy lines, the moment the enemy finds out that we know that
it's on,
they know we're there. The surprise element of surprise is over. Yeah. And so ultimately, hypothetically, imagine a scenario where maybe we had 50 years to prepare for something, but now that the cat's out of the bag, that existential action will happen tomorrow. And by the way, we're not ready for it. We're not prepared for it. We don't have a countermeasure. We don't have a capability to counter this. And so from a very real perspective, a national security perspective, the mere fact that you are acknowledging the existence of something may predicate an action or an act that you're not prepared to have right now.
Okay. All right. Here's a good question, everybody. So why isn't Lou hiding out? Sean Cahill and everybody, all his friends, they're just chilling, doing podcasts. No threat. If there was a real threat, Lou would be underground somewhere. Well, in a bunker. I mean, he usually comes out of a hole to talk to us. But maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know what the guy does. But I don't hear anybody talking about getting underground, Lou's underground. Everybody we know is underground. No, nobody's hiding. Nobody's prepared. Nobody. How do you prepare for something you know nothing about? According to him. According to him, who is saying the government doesn't know. The government doesn't know what they're up against. But you know who might? Abductees. I guess Lou was abducted, right? Didn't he say he was abducted? No, he has remote viewing abilities and he's a psychic. God, me and him are a lot alike. A lot alike. It's just he's a military dude and I'm a civilian. A lot alike. See, this is the Lou I like. He's looking at the camera. He's not staring down, reading something from somebody else. He's actually very open here, but I don't know, man. It seems like he's an open book on lying. But let me ask you this, because I've said it many times. He's a liar. What did he lie about? I'm putting myself out there. What did Lou lie about? I thought about this after I called him a liar 100 times. What did he lie about? He was truthful about Arrow, and I pointed it out. When he said Arrow is not going to be as transparent as I thought. He actually said that in an article with Leslie Kane. So what did he lie about? I can't, for the life of me, remember why I called him a liar. But I know one thing. I know what kind of person he is. And we can't trust him at all. He's good at what he does. That's why they chose him. And now David Grush is going to come in. Total different attitude. You see a different attitude with Grush than you do with Elizondo. Elizondo won't see it. Well, maybe he does. If he's smart, he'll see it. They brought in the tough guy. Now they brought in the smooth, very amiable, non-confrontational David Grush to the scene. It's so funny. They're trying everything to see what works in the public eye. We'll give him Lou. Well, first we'll give him, we're going to give him TTSA because that's when it started. Hey, go ahead, DeLong. Whoa, DeLong's talking about his penis. We got to get somebody. Who's that guy? Lou Ellis, get him over here. Well, Lou was already en route. If you ever seen Where's Lou, you will see evidence that Lou was already moving to California or wherever the hell long before he said penis, Tom DeLong. But anyway, then Lou came in. And you know, remember they walked into that conference and in an auditorium filled with nobody. There wasn't a person in there, and they acted like they were doing some open discussion. It was so weird. Like, hi, my name's Lou. I'm here to tell you that aliens are here, and, well, they are real. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. All right, finish up here. Go.
And so I encourage you and your listeners to just for a moment, I'm not asking you to be a national security person, but I'm asking you to suspend your personal beliefs right now for just a moment and put yourself in somebody else's shoes who does feel that way, right?
Yep.
Now, what do you do? If the mere fact of talking about this could potentially cause a reaction that you're not ready for as a country, as a civilization, right? Maybe that's the reason why you decide to only brief certain presidents who have a background in intelligence. Maybe they were former directors of CIA, but the other presidents who are career politicians will be, they're here today, gone in 4 years. Maybe you can't even risk telling them. And so maybe the reason why this has been kept secret so long is actually, in a weird sense, some sort of sense of patriotism by people. And maybe that's how they justify it. And I'll leave that at that as a counterpoint of forcing people to think maybe a little bit non-traditionally. Now, do I think if that happened to ever be the case, that's a good explanation? No. I still think that we have to be honest with the American people. It's like I've said this before, it's like going to the doctor. Just because I have cancer, it's bad news. Don't keep that from me. I want to know, because maybe there's a chance I can do something about it, right?
Well, good. That's different when it's just you and your family. But when it's you and 330 million people in this country, plus the world, that's not something you can easily discuss with 8 billion people. We're going to continue with that another day. Very interesting comments from Lou throughout the past couple of years. And I'll put the link to that video from Theories of Everything in the show description when we're done. This way you can look at it at your leisure. Hey, William Bridges throwing it in there. 20 months, man. 20-month balls. My mother's not here. Hold on. Ma! No, I hear the music on. She left. We'll get him for you. Hold on. That's a dozen. A baker's. We'll give you 13. Don't. Meatball. Large. Thank you too, man. I appreciate your support, Mr. Bridges. Happy holidays. Merry New Year. Hey, Shane Reed, everybody. That's a $10 super dono, bro. Thank you very much. And Happy New Year. And let's do it, man. Another year in the sack. In the sack? I was going to say another year in the tank. And then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. Then I was going to say sack, and I didn't like sack. So it came out what I said. But thank you very much, Shane. Mucho gusto generoso. And a very prosperous new year. To you and yours. Mucho gusto. Thank you, everybody. Next, I've got it all in order tonight, so I don't have to think too hard. So King Milkfart posted something interesting. It says, follow the money. Now, I got to look to see. I don't see me on here. Who's on this here? Is that it? I don't remember that guy's name or this guy. Yeah, he's definitely in it for money. I forget who that is. Greer, in it for the money? Are you high? I don't know who that is. Jaime's in it. Trump, that's funny. This guy right here, I know who he is and I don't like him. I don't know his name. I can't remember who that is, but I don't like that guy. This guy here, in it for the money? Are you kidding? He already had millions of dollars, Schmohawk. And same with the Cousins brothers, which I take a little bit personally because they're my friends. And they didn't need third phase of moon. If you guys knew, they don't need that money. And, you know, nobody could have survived on it. Not them. They didn't make that much. Not as much as you think. I don't know. They did good in the documentaries, I think, though. They had number one. But they're not doing it for money. That's what people think. People think third phase of moon is all about money. God, if you ever had one conversation with them, you would know. Well, I take that back because Scambian had a conversation with them. And then he saw that they're not bad people. And then all of a sudden, other people got in Scambian's ear and they're like, what are you doing talking to them? Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to hate them. And then he came back a week later and hated us again. So childish. Just children. It's hilarious. You see, that's how I know King Milkfart harassment. No offense, because I know you. No, I like you. But you got to do the research, man. You need to talk to each one of these people and then post it. Ask them, are you in this for the money? Then you can make the judgment call. Just because they're putting movies out doesn't mean they're in it for the money. But I can say there are a few people here that are in this for more than just the greater good. I just don't remember their names. Oh, that's the nut. That's so stupid. That is Lance Armstrong. I knew that guy. So I guess he's just joking around. This guy here, he is one of the worst people in ufology. When I did a show about him when I first started GoofOn, and it is unbelievable, this guy, how much he lied. I usually don't do hit pieces like that, but I did. That was one of the few times I've ever done a hit piece on somebody. That guy, I can't remember his name because I put him out. He's just not somebody I want to associate with. All right, so Pentagon, speaking of hides 23-minute video and UFO photo 50 feet from cockpit, Elizondo claimed. What is this, an Elizondo night? I didn't mean it to be. Yep, in the 2023 July congressional UAP hearings, former U.S. intelligence official David Grush testified that the United States government has been concealing evidence of UFOs and indications of non-human intelligence. You know, I think it was Anjali who said that to somebody. Like, be a little more specific on non-human intelligence. How do we know you're not talking about a dog or a cat? You know, they're non-human intelligence. I have a video of a dog that I'm going to show you later. Not now, because we're in the middle of things, but it's pretty amazing what these animals feel. They're they're getting more human-like, the dogs. I swear it, they are. Finally, the subject of unidentified aerial phenomena is considered serious due to the lack of information about them and increasing military encounters. Meanwhile, UFO enthusiasts are waiting for the Pentagon to release the 23-minute video that will reportedly leave viewers rattled, Luis Elizondo claimed. It shows UFOs moving in a strange pattern. Well, it's more than 4 years since the New York Times article revealed the existence of the secret program A-TIP. Look, they left off the P. See that? It's not Addy, is it? Is this... wait, look, here it is again. Am I in a Mandela effect? Please tell me it was A-TIP, not Addy. It is A-TIP. Here it is. It says it right here. Okay. Whew. I thought I was in a real live Mandela effect, which, by the way, doesn't exist. Luis Elizondo, yeah, we know. He ran that. Yeah, anyway, we know. They're not giving it to us. That's the bottom line. That's it. Moving on. We'll never see it. Ever. Well, not in my lifetime. And that ain't too far off. All right, I have from Stephen Greenstreet. I am going to play a minute or two of this. He says 2023 offered up some really strange stuff, insane stories. And he just takes a little look back at the viral aliens in my backyard story. I thought this would be fun. We'll watch a minute. It's on his X account if you want to go there. And I won't put the link to this in the show description because it's X. I only put YouTube stuff in there.
Are hanging out in my backyard. It's a story that quickly spread everywhere. If you haven't heard about this story, you're probably living in a cabin in the woods in Montana. Anyways, so let's dive into this stupid story. So on the evening of June 7th, Las Vegas local news channel 8 News Now released a report saying, Las Vegas family claims to see aliens after several report something falling from the sky. The events, as reported,
actually happened on May 30th.
On April 30th, around 11:50 p.m.,
April 30th.
A body cam worn by a Las Vegas police officer captures a meteor-looking object acting exactly like a meteor flying in the sky. 40 minutes later, past midnight on May 1st, some kid calls 911 and says a UFO fell from the sky and that 8-foot or maybe 10-foot aliens were hanging out in his backyard.
911 emergency. There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
The police show up, look around, investigate, and find nothing. No crashed UFO. No aliens in the backyard. So where did the aliens go? Did they just run away? If they did run away, where'd their crashed spaceship go? Did they maybe get back inside their crashed spaceship and fly away? And if their crashed spaceship was working fine enough for it to fly away, why didn't the aliens just do that before? Why were they just chilling in this kid's backyard? Were they calling their spaceship insurance company? Anyway, so the police found nothing. No evidence to support any of this. And so that's...
Is it me? Or does Stephen Greenstreet sound... It sounds like he's slurring his words. Listen to a few of these words that I wasn't going to say anything, but my goodness.
Inside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Right after this.
Show up, look around, investigate, and find nothing. No crashed UFO, no aliens in the backyard. So where did the aliens go? Did they just run away?
That's not it.
And says a UFO fell from the sky, and that 8-foot or maybe 10-foot aliens were hanging out in his backyard.
911 emergency.
I don't know what I heard. I heard him slurring.
Beside it?
Do that before. Why were they just chilling in this kid's backyard?
Why were they just chilling?
Calling their spaceship insurance company? Anyway, so the police found nothing, no evidence to support any of this. And so
He sounds
that's the end
very
of this
tired.
story, right? Wrong. The day after this one story from a local news station in Las Vegas, basically every news outlet on planet Earth runs with the story. They just run with it. Aliens in the backyard? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's print it. And it's not like most of these new articles did any additional journalism. They just basically copy-pasted the 8 News Now story. See? According to 8 News Now.
All right, we get it. You know what's funny about that? Nothing. That whole thing, if you look back on it, George Knapp held on to that story for 3-4 weeks. Well, April 30th, 6-7 weeks, 6 weeks, he held on to that. The day before, Grush came out. My God. I wonder if they paid that kid to say it. I don't know, man. I thought about that story, and we talked about it a lot. And now that I look back on it, 7-8 months later, whatever, I think we were being duped. And they did a good job. I want to know what really happened. Why did those people call 911? Were they tripping on acid? I don't know. A lot of people call the police when they're messed up. They dial 911. I don't know why. But Stephen Greenstreet has been on top of that in every other story. He does a real good job, but I think he was a little slurry there. I don't know what this is. I'm going to show it to you. Alien Girl, Amy, Starchild, posted this, and I don't know what I'm looking for. She says, exciting. Did someone stumble upon a mysterious techno signature? I don't know what that is. The suspense is killing us. NASA's been in the know, dropping hints. Oh, a technological signature. Okay. From another, what's the deal with the clause documents info allowing them to wait? Astronomers buzzing about it. Well, let's take a listen, Amy.
I think it's just a matter of time until we find evidence of life elsewhere. Statistically, look at the Milky Way, 200 billion stars or so. Milky Way is, one of a couple of 100 billion galaxies that we can see in the observable universe. If you just crunch the numbers, the chances of life elsewhere are staggering. There's loads of water around. There are lots of carbon molecules and compounds floating around the solar system. We've already found 5,000 planets in our local vicinity around stars, many of them in their habitable zone where liquid water can exist. I think it's just a matter of time until we find evidence of life elsewhere. Potentially the James Webb Space Telescope may already have found that. It's just that they don't want to release those results or confirm those results perhaps for another year until they can be quite sure. But we found a planet which seems to be giving off strong signatures of biological life. I think it's just a matter of time until we find evidence of life elsewhere. Statistically, look at the Milky Way, 200 billion stars or so. Milky Way is, one of a couple of 100 billion galaxies that we can see in the observable universe. If you just crunch the numbers, the chances of life elsewhere are staggering. There's loads of water around. There are lots of carbon molecules and compounds floating around the solar system. We've already found 5,000 planets in our local vicinity around stars, many of them in their habitable zone where liquid water can exist. I think it's just a matter of time until we find evidence of life elsewhere. Potentially the James Webb Space Telescope may already have found that. It's just that they don't want to release those results or confirm those results perhaps for another year until they can be quite sure. But we found a planet which seems to be giving off strong signatures of biological life.
Hey, does that sound like transparency to you? If they found stuff and we got to wait a year for them to reconfirm and just make sure, I don't get it. I don't get it. If you find something, you verify it, I guess, with other telescopes. What do they have to wait I think they have to wait. You just can't go pointing telescopes at anything you want when you want to, right? I don't know. I don't see why when they find out, we don't know the next day. He just said they found a bunch of planets with water on it, but they want to, in about a year, they want to double check just to make sure. Just show us what you got, and see what they're going to do. They're going to colorize it. They're going to get rid of evidence. They're going to take the shit that we're not supposed to see, and they're going to wash it up. It's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, we already know. You're right. Yeah, you said it. You said it. We already know. Who said that? Thomas Roberts. We already know. I wish you luck, that UFO chick. Good luck. All right. Well, that's that. Next. Let's get rid of that guy. Oh, this is good. Okay, this is a ghost video. No, I know. I'm more like a poltergeist, I think. Oh, wait a second. I want to make sure I have the right one. Oh, I don't know if I want to show this. It's kind of silly. It's a girl that sees her dead cat and then she starts crying. Yeah, we don't. Oh, this is I've shown this before. This is my favorite one of the year. Last year. This is absolutely real. This isn't a fake. So I know what people are going to say, but you're wrong. On this one, you're wrong. You're going to see something that you never see. This is amazing.
Rosie B. from Michigan. The home security clip shows Rosie's daughter strolling through the kitchen when the toddler seems to have a very odd and chilling encounter.
Watch this. It's going to go for the other one. What? Come on! You mean to tell me she faked it? That thing was pulled from her.
At first, the girl appears to be talking to someone that we can't see, when suddenly something seems to try to yank a plastic container of snacks right out of her hand. Whatever it is then seems to go after her toy box. The toddler puts up a fight and wins, and then just walks away, seemingly angry at whoever or whatever was grabbing at her things. Later, when Rosie asks her daughter about what happened, the little girl says that a young boy and girl were trying to take away her toys. But looking at the video, there's just no one there. At least no one that we can see. So is the little girl fighting over toys with the ghosts of two children? Let me know what you think.
Come on, that's not fake. That really happened. She's playing. I love you guys. You guys don't believe anything? There's nothing that I can show you that'll prove that happened. So she decided to just throw her arm and have it pull her. You can see it pulls her. Hey, I can only lead you to the water. I can't make you drink it. You guys don't believe anything. That's sad. It's really sad. You don't believe in anything. It's like that to me was proof. I don't need much more. I don't think a little 3-4-year-old girl would go like this and know how inertia works. It's like, yeah. Believe what you want. That's why I'm happy, because I believe what I want to believe. I don't believe what you want to believe. But I don't believe a 4 or whatever year old girl that was would be smart enough to know what it would look like for something to be pulled out of her hand and losing balance. Yeah, maybe she saw mommy and daddy do it, but she's having a conversation with someone or two. And then she told her mom, that's a boy and a girl. You guys don't believe in ghosts at all? At all? I've seen shit move. I don't care. Hey. Oh, that's nice. X put my show up on the Live on X thing. That's cool. Thank you very much, X. I don't see YouTube doing that. What if it turns out, I can't believe this. What if it turns out, this is a quote from Lou Elizondo, why is this happening today? I hope Lou's book is coming out. That's why I'm having this weird, I didn't plan that, I swear to you. What if it turns out, he says, that a lot of the things that we thought were one way aren't? Oh, this is about the Montauk Project video narration. Museum, okay. Hey man, he says, I don't want to snipe your video. That's not my style, but I need to speak out against the Montauk story. Montauk was fictional. Oh, right. I did show this to you. I did. All right. It's okay. Some of you weren't here. I don't need to read because he says it all here. It's all right here. Check this out. Now Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal has been researching the Montauk story, and I let him watch this. I sent this to him for him to watch. And he hasn't gotten back to me on it yet. He says that is interesting. And yes, there is another place right around the area where they could have done the experiments at. So, man, this is crazy.
The Montauk Project, the real-life story of Stranger Things, Part 2.
Hey, man, I don't want to snipe at your video, not my style, but I need to speak out against the Montauk story. Montauk was fictional, and I'll loop around to that later. What there was...
Hold on a second. Is it me, or does it look like he's storing food in his cheeks? Does he have dip in his mouth? All right, that's all I want to say.
Was a real mind control psychic training program being done to kids at a facility just down the road.
See?
Nobody talks about it. This all revolves around the shady as hell Dr. Henry Puharish. I'm just going to lowball it for you. Puharish was involved with creating every meme, everything we think of as the New Age movement, from drug use, hallucinogenic mushrooms, LSD, DMT, channeled material, raw material, star children, star seeds, indigo children, Nikola Tesla's popularity.
Yeah, you did, Andrea.
He had a hand in popularizing all of these over the years, and let me show you why that's so
I did too. That's why I wanted to show it.
My first video where I presented the Studies and Intelligence document from the CIA that describes him giving a presentation to the Pentagon in 1952 that started up all their interest in extrasensory perception and parapsychology. But that wasn't entirely accurate. I've got his resume here. He was put into the Army Specialized Training Program in 1942, put through medical school, and specifically tasked with doing hallucinogenic research, hallucinogenic plants and compounds, on mind control and extrasensory perception. So once this military private graduated from medical school, he just went through society with a rocket up his ass. He got introduced to all the blue blood, all the old money that ran society. The Astors, the DuPonts, the Bordens.
The Rockefellers.
The Rockefellers. And he became best buddies somehow with the Vice President of the United States, who would visit him on his farm. And this farm was a 50-room mansion with acreage on the coast that was bought for him by the heiress of the Astor fortune. And that mansion was his human testing facility, where he brought in people that were psychic, tested telepathy, hallucinogenic drugs, and various technologies to replicate them. What technology he was working on is shown by his patents, that are various forms of hearing aid that use facial nerves instead of actual electronic devices to conduct voices and sound into the brain directly. The early versions of these hearing aids were implanted in your tooth.
Oh my God!
The facial nerves. In later versions of the
Oh,
technology,
that hurts
he was
looking at
able
it.
to do away with the implants completely and just rely on radio frequencies to stimulate the nerves and put voices in someone's head. So why does that matter? Well, around that time, he started running channeling circles for rich and influential movers and shakers, including Gene Roddenberry of Star Trek fame, various billionaires, and including the people who wrote the raw material. So you have a military intelligence asset with extremely wealthy financiers. He's got a facility, the time, money, and know-how to make people believe whatever he wants them to believe. He's taken the organic process of human telepathy and back engineered it into something artificial that he can influence and put his messages into. And he has surrounded himself by with the movers and shakers.
Excellent. I am going to put the link to that entire article in tonight's description in case you want to get into a little deeper with that, because there's much more than this 4-minute video. All right, let's move along. Oh, okay. This is for all of you who didn't believe the little girl. She really did have a ghostly encounter with 2 kids. Oh, I have another scary video to play, and you better believe it. This is real. Go.
Security guard Freddy works at a busy construction site
Freddy!
in Texas. He says that
they killed Freddy.
During a night shift, a construction worker named Jose needed help moving a giant heavy wooden cable reel.
Oh, this is great.
Jose is relieved when a fellow worker who he's never met.
Every one of you is going to debunk it like me. No, this is real. It really happened.
Suddenly offers to help him out. After they move the heavy cable reel, Jose looks back over to thank the young man. But he's disappeared.
Oh! Guess what? It's all on video. You can't just push those things that slowly. He's looking for the guy. He's like, where'd you go? Oh, this is so cool. I know what you're thinking. He pushed it, and it's on a decline. Well, they're going to prove that wrong.
Jose reports what happened to the security guard Freddy and to his foreman, but they tell Jose that he was the only worker on duty that night. He was completely alone on the job site. So as a matter of site security, they check the CCTV footage and they're shocked by what they find. And this is where things get really weird, because Jose spots a photo on the wall inside the office and recognizes the man in the picture as the man who helped him out that night.
Come on!
Security guard Freddy and Jose's foreman are chilled to their core. Because you see, the man Jose points out in the photo passed away over 7 years ago. The man's name was Alan Lopez, and back in 2015, when he was only 21 years old, he was hit by a truck on the job site and passed away almost instantly.
Oh my God.
Security guard Freddy decides to post the bizarre footage on TikTok, but after receiving some backlash, he decides to actually show just how difficult it is to move one of the heavy wooden cable reels.
Yeah!
There's no chance.
It just doesn't roll.
Even if you pushed it hard enough,
right,
it's not rolling that far, and it's coming back.
So could it be that Jose received help from the ghost of Alan Lopez, whose spirit is still wandering the job site? Let me know down in the comments.
No, but that's pretty weird. I don't know. Chicky thought it was real. Thank you, Chicky. Kelly Lewis, Lewis, a member for 4 months. Thank you so much for being a member. Mucho gusto, membroso, Kelly Lewis. Grazie, grazie. I think that's an interesting story. Next. Oh, is it time? It's 8 o'clock. All right, hold on. I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're halfway through the show. I didn't think I'd make it this far. That's right, I didn't. Why? Because I didn't feel good when we started. Why? Don't worry about it. Third Phase of Moon put a video out. We're going to take a look because of the wonderful things they do. I know I didn't play all UFO videos. Haha. I've got 4 in a row coming up, I think. Ready? Set, giddy up. Good music.
Welcome back to Third Phase Moon. Blake Cousins along with Brent and Apollo Stereo. We're going over videos.
It's a bag, it's a bird, it's a balloon, it's a paper bag. I don't know. Oh, that looks like a night kite. It's a night kite. Oh wow, that is bizarre. What the frig? Yeah, that's not a kite. I don't understand. How come we never get good video? There. Zoom in, F.A. Come on, don't be a... Oh. What? I've never seen anything like this.
We're looking at the video once again, kind of breaking news. We're trying to figure out if this is some kind of Elon Musk rocket, some kind of secret Space Force launch, but many people on the ground, a lot of eyewitnesses capturing this major event. Again, we're trying to get more information, but you can tell from the people that are recording this that there's some kind of an extraordinary event that's going on. And guys, I want to get your opinions. Maybe we could figure out this together by tomorrow and we'll have some updates. But right now we don't have the answers, but something just happened.
Yeah, again, Blake, this just came in earlier. It's kind of breaking news, so let's get that update here soon. We'd like to get that as soon as possible. What's happening here, in my opinion, is probably a rocket launch. People may be confused on the ground. You can see there's a stage right there. In my opinion, I believe this is a rocket launch, but we got so many UFOs coming up. We're just getting started, so buckle up, watch this.
So what was this thing? Anybody? I don't know what this is. If anything, it's like, I don't know. It was in space?
It's probably a rocket launch. People may be confused on the ground. You can see there's a stage right there. In my opinion, I believe this is a rocket launch, but we got so many UFOs coming.
All right, we're looking at this once again. Some kind of black hole cutting through the clouds. I just don't know what to make of it. The silhouette seems to resemble a disc-shaped object. Apollo, any idea what we're looking at here?
And when I look at this, I see a black disc. I mean, it seems to be hovering, but it's kind of moving slightly up and down, and it kind of makes me feel like it may be magnetic in nature, with polarized magnets that are kind of keeping it up. I don't know. That's what I see when I'm looking at it. What are your thoughts?
I like this. The video, the contrast, this kind of orange sky that's illuminating whatever this is, creating this contrast of this disc.
I hate this video. Hate it. What is this?
It's up there and between St. Clair.
The hell is that?
Marysville.
What the hell is that?
The hell is that? lighting up the whole sky that way. Never seen nothing like it, man. Crazy. Well, we get back to the sun, this wooden pole barn, and get back in the house.
We've got the phenomenon right here between St. Clair and Marysville. Something was captured, a pillar of light. I've got to fill in more videos are going to be coming into Third Phase. And don't forget, our contact is in the description. But as we're looking at this phenomenon, we're seeing this pillar of light with no explanation. Obviously, it's out of the ordinary. You could hear it in the person's voice who captured this. Brent, any ideas? Is there some kind of like super 4 seconds? Hit it.
Hold on. This video here. All right. We were supposed to go over these.
In the sky there.
All right. Because of the lack of information, I don't know if that's a cloud. I don't know if that's a blimp. All I know is it's in the shape of a tablet, a Tic Tac. But with the lighting the way it is, I feel like we're being duped. Don't you? By the people who shot it. This, I have no idea what this is. This has got to be a ground light. Somebody with a very powerful candle watt. I don't know. What do they say? Probably like 10 million candle watt power going. Maybe there's a slight fog in the air, a little mist. But these people are recording it like it's something magical. So I don't see any magic in that at all. But that's just my opinion. I'm not there. So I only go by what's given. What the hell? Whoa. What the?
We're looking at this.
What?
It is incredible footage coming.
What is this?
To Third Phase of Moon. Some ball lightning going on here, Brent. Look at this thing.
That's not what ball lightning does.
Yeah, this thing struck. It's really good footage. We got this plasmic phenomenon happening in front of the camera as it darts from right to left and has this created this electrical charge that created this static ball of electricity. This is amazing. If it's real, we're looking at something special. Some of it looks a little like maybe it could have been done in post. It almost has this Ghostbuster feel to it, like the phantoms are coming out of the ground. If this is real, like I said earlier, this is exciting.
I'm wondering if this is some sort of firework or definitely ball lightning. I mean, you see a flash of lightning and it just kind of sort of pulses with light and changes. But it's interesting because it changes directions as soon as it does that. It almost seems like it's alive.
Hey, Third Phase. This is the weirdest one. What's up, guys? Happy New Year.
Yeah, reminds me of a tadpole. We're looking at this thing dancing around.
I don't know. You know what I see?
And
it looks like a weapon. Well, if you go back and look at it, look. It looks like there's a light.
Pulses with
right?
light and
that light will, it'll go this way, and wherever the light is, the lightning bolt comes out of.
But it's interesting because it changes directions as soon as it does
Watch.
that. It almost seems
Booyah!
like it's
And then there's
alive.
the ball of light. The ball of light goes after the lightning bolt.
yeah, reminds me of a tadpole. We're looking
I've
at
never
this
seen
thing
anything like it. I
dancing
don't even know
around.
what to look
And
for.
It's quite amazing. It's acrobatic.
I don't
and,
even know.
Dynamic. Could it be some kind of biological life form? And it's being ignited through this electric blast, this lightning bolt, whatever it is. It's pretty amazing stuff. And I'm interested in the weather phenomenon. And that's why we asked.
I've never seen anything like this. So then, if you want to think about debunking stuff, maybe there's a screen. Maybe these guys are scientists and they figured out a way to do that. I don't know. But it is awfully strange. And if you guys want to watch the other videos, I'll put the link to that in the show description. I didn't mean to go halfway through it, but the other half, I scanned through it. It looks rather good. So you may want to check that out. And when you get a chance. After the show, of course. But hey, Third Phase of Moon, what's up, guys? So, moving on. I got to check something else out. Give me 10 seconds. A balloon? I don't know if that would be a balloon. Yeah, let me check this real quick. Well, I'm going to play this. Into Thin Air. I'll play the video. We haven't seen this yet because it happened over the weekend, 4 days ago. So we have permission. Rogue wave strikes California, the coast. I got to see this. I2TA. Bum, bum, bum.
And millions of Americans bracing for rain, wind, and possible flooding. There's also a risk of more massive waves like the ones that slammed the California coast, some as high as 25 feet, damaging homes and prompting evacuations.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It is December 30th, 2023. We have got a situation to talk about along the western coast of California. For those of you that don't know and have not seen the videos, evacuations and damage reported after rogue waves began slamming into areas up and down California's western coast. A lot of the information coming in is saying that a storm system out in the Pacific Ocean is the cause for this, and they are expecting more as another system makes its way across the Pacific. In fact, what's being talked about now by meteorologists is that the worst is yet to come, as you can see in articles like this. And if you want to talk about weird coincidence, take a look at one of many articles I've found in the mainstream media within the last 2 weeks about rogue waves. Take a look at this from just 4 days ago. Destructive rogue waves can now be predicted with a new method, aka AI. This doesn't quite pass the smell test for me. So quite literally a month ago, a new breakthrough was being talked about how AI can predict when the next massive rogue waves are going to strike. This is based on 700 years worth of ocean data, and this is all fine and dandy, but why was this all being brought up within the last week, just prior to these massive waves hitting the coast of California? Many of these videos that were submitted and posted online are absolutely incredible, and you can tell right away this is not something that happens often. Pretty much every single major news outlet has been covering this story and talking about the preparations underway for an even more dangerous situation. And I don't know about you, but I find it extremely concerning that in the days leading up to this situation in California, there was article after article about things that have to do with rogue waves. So if you think that's weird, take a look at this article from December 22nd, just 8 days ago, where it talks about a rogue wave taking out the navigation system on a cruise ship during a deadly storm in Northern Europe. And this wasn't just one article. If you take a look at a simple search, all these articles about that specific rogue wave and that cruise liner all took place within the last week and a half. And last but not least, and this is pretty wild, just 2 weeks ago, and what they're talking about here is a massive wave that was recorded by ocean buoys back in November of 2020, measuring 58 feet. So not only do we have this article talking about the largest rogue wave, but many other articles referring to this phenomena in the days and weeks leading up to the California event. It's almost as if there's some sort of weird predictive programming going on here, but I'll leave that up to you because I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Now, jumping back to why this is even taking place, they are saying that a weather system out in the Pacific Ocean is what's causing these very large waves, and you can kind of see that in this diagram here I got from Vent2 Sky, and we can actually see that low pressure system rolling into the coastline, and that's what's also leading meteorologists to say that the worst is yet to come based on another system that's going to hit during the New Year's weekend. So I'm very curious to see how that
already happened.
Just like any other freak of nature weather events, this might be something that we have to keep an eye on a regular basis. Everyone knows that weather patterns are changing, storms are getting more intense, so it only makes sense that we're going to be seeing this take place
El
more
Nino.
and more. And unfortunately, when it comes to things like this, until it does hit close to home, only then is when most people start paying attention. All around, this is just a very crazy situation, and for this to take place now with all that's going on in the media makes it even that much more crazy. Once again, my friends, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. If you live in this area and have any footage, I would love to see it and share it on the channel. But that is what I have for you for now. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Canada, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
I2TA. The link to that will be in the show description as well. So I remember growing up, never heard of a rogue wave. And then the term came out, 30 years ago, maybe? I don't know. It seems long. And then we'd hear about ships getting toppled over. Wow, there's another rogue wave. A monster rogue wave hit a ship and going out to rescue. And that was once in a while. And now, well, sounds like they predicted when those were going to hit California, right? But let's not forget, I think it's El Nino that's happening now. And the weather system has changed, and it's really the bottom third of the United States that's going to be getting, I don't know, like a railroad of, like a train of storms that are going to be coming in the next couple of days. One right after the other, following along that El Nino track. Or La Nina, I don't know which one it is. But either way, they say that this El Nino is in full swing and it's doing what it was planned to do. And they predicted it this year, that's for sure. Because we're seeing more rain in Florida than we've seen in winter. And I'm not talking about just a drizzle. So, interesting. They saw that. They were talking about rogue waves 4 days before those waves hit California. I don't think that's far off like a conspiracy or a stretch, because they saw those storm fronts moving in. Of course, it's going to raise up the level of the waves with the wind in those storms and the pressures and all that stuff. It's a good story, though. All right. Is the government hiding UFO secrets? How many times do we got to talk about this? You want to know why they keep talking about it? Because every day something new comes out, and there's new people coming to ufology. Hold on. All right, here we go. Now, I don't want to play this, but I think I have to, just to hear what she says. Rose Cuckold. He's discussing CIA UFO retrievals, catastrophic disclosure, and the UAP Disclosure Act, all inside of a 6 minute.
Ross Coulthart, who's also done extensive.
No, I don't care what he has to say. Changed my mind. But I tell you, I'm saving you from listening to that. You're welcome. Everybody loves Richard Doty. Why? Why? Do you know people talk shit about him behind his back and they act like they're his best friend to his face? I know one person. I can name 3 people who have done that to Richard Doty. But I won't. But I am going to play this clip because why not? I don't think I played Doty all year last year. Maybe once. Let's hear what Doty has to say. This looks old.
He says, like, a lot of people don't know about these underground locations underneath the Pentagon. Few know that the Pentagon has underground monorails that connect up to other locations. And he says, it's just like, the walls here. They don't all seem like walls. And I said, what do you mean? They don't, they're not walls? I said, what are you talking about? I thought you were always trying to make a joke. At that time, he says, no. He says, like the wall behind you. I look, it looks like a wall to me. There's no seams, nothing I can see. Then he pushes me. I try to grab myself, and you don't just go through it. There's actually a door there that'll open. You want me to finish this too, don't you? Yep.
I don't understand. What do you mean? You want me to finish this?
Well, when you go through the door, there's like a field table there. And behind the field table, you had this little entity. The entity
That's
was
not
a little
Richard
bigger
Doty?
than a 3.5
Who is this
foot,
guy then?
tall.
Who is this guy? I can't.
Entities that are a lot of times reported. But there were 2 men on either side.
Oh my God! I can't believe it. Really? Did I do that? Did I just do that? That's hilarious. Who is it then? Who is it? I can't remember this guy's name then. I thought it was Doty. Why did I say that? Who is it? Who is it? I did, but who is it? I can't remember his name. What's his name? That's not Philip Corso. That is not Philip Corso. Philip Corso's got wet, thick lips. Thank you. Oh, it is Clifford Stone. Jesus, man. I have done that before, though. That's hilarious. Clifford Stone. Richard Doty. Why would I think that? Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's Clifford Stone. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, no, not Corso. Similar build than Corso. I could see that. All right. This is Clifford Stone.
Of the table, slightly behind the creature. But yet I got up and I was asking him why he was acting foolish and things of this sort. I won't go in how we were hitting up on that. But when I turned around, looked right into the eyes of this little creature. And
is he going to cry?
You know, it's like
think of the lie.
You're seeing it, but everything's being pulled from your mind. Pains you felt, you feel that, and it's like a buzzsaw going off on your head. He was reading my whole life. And I mean, you know, it's hard to describe what you really felt there. Your life up to that point in seconds. And I mean, you were feeling everything. Went ahead. I remember going down and grabbing a hold of my head like this and falling to the floor. Next thing I remember, I wake up and I'm back in Jack's office. And when I'm back in Jack's office, they told me nothing happened, that I'd been there the whole day, but I knew better. There is an interaction between entities and certain government agencies within the U.S. government. I will not go so far to state that they are giving us technologies to kill ourselves. They are not along that line. Their purposes of being here are for scientific
Come on.
purposes and for humanitarian purposes.
Yeah, Fly knows where shit is, doesn't he?
Abductions, those abductions which I
No, I'm joking. All right, let's finish this.
believe to be real, have nothing to do with the scary scenario abductions that people hit up with. There's a reason for it. We have been very foolish in how we have done certain things, and we have harmed ourselves. We now realize that we have harmed ourselves, and we are trying to take corrective action.
Harmed ourselves? How? How? With what? With what? I don't know. I don't know. Got more coming. I'm waiting for it to load up. This is... All right. This is the weirdest night for me. Did I already start playing this? I don't think I played this. Let's get rid of that. Hold on. Okay, we don't need that anymore. We listened to that. That's for tomorrow. We heard this already twice. We don't need that. We went over that. That's for later. I guess I did play this. I just don't know why it's here. Here's a UFO sighting. This is an interesting one that I don't know, man. It's got to be fake. It's got to be. Yeah, this is from World War III on X.
เหมือนมีอะไรกัน
Is it real? Dude, it is so fake that the whole line is moving side to side. You can see they didn't do a good job with it. It's fake. You can see that whole thing is moving back and forth. I had to show you what a fake looks like. It's obvious, right? Oh, that's weird. No. Oh, that's a neat feature. Oh, all right. You guys, here we go. We're going to end this show. What do I got here? Okay. All right. Here's a UFO I got for you. Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't load these in. Here are the UFO sightings I wanted to show you. More or less. All right, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. What is it?
I don't think so. It looks like a little jet thing is making it float, doesn't it? Holy shit. It looks like a jet making it float. I don't know
That
what the
is
heck that is.
such a balloon, it's not even funny.
I think it's a UFO, babe.
Oh, yeah, you can tell by his voice. He's excited. He knows it's a balloon.
Oh shit, it's flying. Is it flying away? I don't think so. It looks like a little jet thing is making it float, doesn't it? Holy shit.
It's a balloon. Well, I don't need to explain why that's a balloon. All you got to do is look at it.
It looks like a...
And when he gets close, you can see the nipple where you blow it up. That's why he backs away from it. He got close and then he backed away once he realized you could see it. Watch. Wait, I'm too close. Oh, wait, I see the nipple. See?
It float.
Like, why would you go away? You would want to stay close and give the crowd what they want, a view of the UFO. Dorothy Hawkins throwing down $5 says, I'm grateful for Truthology, for Ufology, and you. Rich. Thank you, Dorothy. Happy New Year again. I don't know if I said it the other day to you if you were here, but thank you for the $5. Super chat. Super duper chat. Hope you're having a good night. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Thanks, Dorothy. Appreciate that. All right. Next. All right. That first one was from UFOs and Aliens, the one you just saw. This one is from UFO Bot. And these are from X. This one, you're just going to have to think for yourselves. I'm not going to say a word. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Ahí hay otro. Que está, mira. Mira.
I believe the year is 04. I've seen this before.
Joder, aquí no hay trucaje, esto es la hostia, ¿eh?
Yeah, well.
Mira, desaparece y vuelve.
I don't know what this could be. It's got a nice little face, 2 beady eyes. That's Richard Doty. That's Doty. Hold on. Oh, come on. Here. I'm going to prove that was Doty right there. Here he is. Looks nothing like Clifford Stone. Same head shape. Take the glasses off, that's Clifford Stone. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that's Doty. Don't know how I got that wrong. That was funny. All right. That last video was so bad. All right, I'm going to show you this 37-second clip from MSNBC. Some people here love MSNBC.
Here in Eagle Pass. Another thing is these crowds here in Eagle Pass have never been this large during my reporting. This is the most people I've ever seen in Eagle Pass, and other reporters, colleagues working other parts of the border in Arizona, in Jacumba, near San Diego, tell me the same thing. We have these conversations, and the conversation is always, well, I've never seen this number of migrants arriving. And we know from the reports coming from the government with these numbers. So we have the number of apprehensions, the numbers of encounters, everything spiking. So we don't know what this will mean moving forward. We just know that the numbers are.
Look at what they're calling it, a humanitarian crisis. Look at all those people. That's not all of them. That's just a snapshot, right? Where are they going to work? What jobs are they going to get? Right? After they run out of that government check, what are they going to do? Are they still getting $4,000 a month? For a year? That's what I heard these people get. $1,000 a week. And they're going to become citizens overnight. No vetting. No family history. No, is Martinez, are you talking about the Cortezes, the Martinez, or the Lopezes? C. Come on. Close enough. It ended with a Z. I don't mind that they're people from another country. What I mind is the amount of people coming here. It's crazy. It's been what? Several million people already. I can't handle it. So I don't watch the news. That one snuck in on me. And I had to talk about it. That was a few days ago, and I didn't want to bring it up because I know how sensitive people get. You gotta give him a home. Nope. Come in legally, just like Trump says. Come in the legal way, do it right. Oh, this is the legal way now, sure. It's not right. Doesn't make it right. Makes me sad. Just ripping the country apart. There's got to be a natural flow of growth. You just can't bring in 8 to 10 million people. They'll do fine. Yeah, they'll do better than me. They get better health care than I do. And you. I know, they came from a war-torn country. A lot of this, a lot of bad. Yeah, well, follow the law. I guess they have their way in. Anyway, let me show you another video before I get back into a bad mood. Oh, I wanted to show you this. All right, I have a lot of videos here. But I'm going to show you this. Every now and then, I'm going to show a video of a dog or a cat doing something beautiful for a human or its counterpart or its friend. You got to see this. This is unbelievably sad. But it's good.
This 16-year-old dog was suffering from dementia, but in the midst of his struggles, this cat had always been taking care of him. She never left his side for a second. Every night, the cat slept with him, keeping him warm and company, and making sure he stayed clean and comfortable. Although the poor dog couldn't stand up anymore, this kitty was always there for him. Even though the dog couldn't play like he used to, she would find ways to have fun with him. And after 2 years, the dog had to say goodbye to his friend, and the cat stayed in his kennel all alone, surrounded by precious memories of his best buddy.
I know. Sad. But it's so nice to see animals act that way. It's amazing to me. It really is. Watch this. This is one of the smartest things I've ever seen an animal do. Well, a cat. This is crazy. You got to see it. It's actually amazing this cat thought of it. Oh, okay, that was an accident.
This was the moment when this cat owner found out how his cat always managed to get out of this room. At first, the cat tried to open the door using the handle, but quickly realized that there was an obstacle preventing him from doing so. When she noticed there was a wedge on the door, she tried to pull it from the bottom but failed. So she tried to find another way and decided to jump on this bookshelf. And from this angle, she realized that she could remove the wedge with ease. And after the path is clear, it's time to get out.
Gotta be kidding me. The cat had to have watched the owner put that thing up there. What would it make? Why would it think to jump up on the cabinets? It's amazing to me. Cats are awesome. I'm a dog guy and a cat guy. I'm an animal guy. I had cats. I love cats as much as I love dogs. It's a totally different experience with a cat than you have with a dog. And yet they're both equal in their affection. It's amazing. All right, let's see what this is. What are they hiding? All right, I got to show you this. What are they hiding? I love these videos. These shorts from Joe Rogan. They always talk about cool things over there. I gotta figure out a way to do what Joe Rogan's doing.
You know, in 1944, a guy named Nick Bird stumbled upon a massive pyramid in Antarctica while exploring for military purposes. Nick and his team were searching for an entrance when they noticed that most of the pyramid extended beneath the ice. One of the soldiers found a narrow entrance that looked more like a ventilation shaft. Nick and 5 more soldiers climbed into this shaft, and in just 5 minutes, they entered a small room. What they found inside shocked them. The pyramid appeared as if it had been abandoned for millennia, yet it contained numerous technologies they couldn't comprehend. They took some pictures before being called back to the station. Nick Bird shared everything with his superiors, who were initially skeptical. However, all 1,000 soldiers confirmed the story. The government claimed they would take care of it and conduct further research.
That's amazing to me. If that's real. I thought it was Richard Bird.
This is so scary.
I thought it was Admiral Richard
in 1944, a guy named Nick Bird stumbled.
Nick Bird? I thought it was Admiral Richard Bird. Or was Richard Bird before that with Operation Paperclip? Am I right on that? Let me pull it up. Richard Bird. Yes, that's what I meant. Hold on. Admiral Richard Bird. Yep, here it is. He died March 11th, 1957. It could have been him. Richard Evelyn Bird, an American naval officer, was a pioneering American aviator, polar explorer, and organizer of polar logistics, aircraft flights in which he served as navigator and expedition across the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think they got the name wrong. It's not Nick Bird. It's Richard Bird. Let me type in Nick Bird. It says researcher, but it's a totally different guy. Let me look at some pictures here. It's going to take me too long. There's no way I'll find that out now. All right, well, whatever. I still think it's Richard Bird. I think he got it wrong. I got to show this. they're altering history. In case it's another Joe Rogan clip. And he starts out by saying, this is so scary. And this is scary, I have to admit.
This is so scary. I have a theory that the Mandela effect is used to see how much of history can be altered in front of our eyes. Here's a prime example of one of that. There's this woman on TikTok who was going crazy because she swore the Fruit of the Loom had a cornucopia logo. And to the point that even Fruit of the Loom themselves put a timeline of all their logos, and it never had a cornucopia. And this woman went hard. Her therapist told her, yo, you need to chill out. You need to just drop this. So she went through all of her old clothing, and lo and behold, she found a shirt with the Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia logo on it that shows me like, yo, I think the Mandela effect is an operation that's running around right now to see how much of history can be altered right in front of our eyes without us noticing. And then they gaslight the public and be like, nope, this never happened. People are thinking about it very little.
First off, in case you didn't know this, there are knockoffs of Fruit of the Loom underwear, Hanes underwear. You name it, there's knockoffs that come from Mexico. And, Mexico. She probably got it from a dollar store and it fit. I don't know. She needed undies and she got them. I'm telling you, there is no Mandela effect. I don't care what that lady has. That is probably an off-brand where they thought it too, it had a cornucopia, like everybody thought it had a cornucopia. That's what that is. I'm telling you, it's a knockoff brand. There's no Mandela effect at all. No such thing. Got to show you this, it says. Why? It's Neil deGrasse. Nah. Yeah? Let's take a look anyway. A lot of shorts here. I thought were interesting. Go.
Made in space. By the way, the governments went to space first. They took the risks. They absorbed the risks. Commercial space follows. We all saw the Falcon Heavy launch. The Falcon Heavy has half the thrust of the Saturn V rocket. That's why they kept qualifying it, saying it's the most powerful rocket in the world today. The Saturn V was twice that power at 308,000 pounds of thrust. There is a live feed of the spaceman driving this car. And it's surreal because things move slowly, but they move. So this is actual footage of this car in a transfer orbit to Mars around the sun. The position of this payload is slowly changing relative to the sun and to Earth. It's just like I said, see, that's Earth coming into view. I'm pretty sure all the flat earthers, it's really just a ploy so that they can get a free trip into space.
It looked fake to me. I still don't see why we don't see stars. I understand how cameras work very well. It must be the reflection off the Earth and the moon, the sun's reflection. That's too much for the camera to handle. Moving right along. I got to show this, it says. A proven fake. This is not an image of an alien, this says. Oh, just so people know. Yeah, it's a fake. Yeah, this is just, I don't know if you guys know about this, but this has always been a fake. Photograph of an extraterrestrial being found after a UFO crash, Roswell, and given to Dr. Maria Popovich in '84 by Professor Dr. Felix Ziegel, the Russian space and UFO specialist before his death. Yeah, right. It's a proven fake. Although that is a very good-looking fake. That's what they would probably look like. Almost like humans, but not really. I always thought that was fake. Next. Oh. we got here? Oh, I can't believe this. All right. This is actually funny. This is Lou Elizondo being interviewed, but it's not normal. This happened over Christmas Eve. I can't believe I missed it.
Stuff here. He's already covered Africa. Update us and our viewers as best as you can. Where is Santa heading next? And I understand you're getting some new details on some pretty top secret Santa technology that is helping the U.S. military track his sleigh. What can you tell us about that?
This is a topic that has been relegated to, for the most part, fringe science. And that's problematic because this isn't fringe science. This is probably just quantum mechanics. But we haven't been able to have a good conversation about it because people, the first thing you do when you mention it, they kind of smile, they might grin, they might raise their eyebrow. And that's because of the social conditioning that we have placed on this topic for decades. It's almost reflexive. In fact, if you don't have a reaction like that, people will start to think you're crazy, right? So you have to first remove that stigma and that taboo from the conversation. And to do that, it takes a hard conversation with evidence and proof. And
that's it. That's it. I gotta fix this here. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that was there. That's amazing that they can follow Santa Claus. Well, watch this. This is from the earthquake, the 7.6 that happened in where? Japan? Just look at these 14 seconds of hell. God! The guy starts off going, because he was shaking from it. It was fun for him at first, and then he got serious. Yeah, that was good. One more thing? Do I have one more? I got one more. One more in the can. I don't know, but this is a way to leave you guys happy. Here's another animal. I don't know why I got all these today.
When she was watching over this dog while his owner was away, he really wanted to go swim in the pool, but the owner had told her not to let him in. She felt bad seeing how badly he wanted to jump in, so she decided to let him, but told him this first.
Don't tell your mommy. You wanna go? You wanna go swimming?
He excitedly jumped into the pool and swam to the corner to splash the water everywhere. He was so happy to break the rules and have fun. But when she heard that the owner was coming back home, she asked him out of the pool, but minutes later he jumped back in and was caught by the owner.
That's extremely adorable. I've never seen a dog enjoy himself in the pool. That's it for tonight, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Just trying to give a little bit of love out to the new world, the new year, and the new people in ufology. We don't want to just talk about the negatives every single day. There's a lot of positives in ufology. You just have to look for them. But I can tell you this, the mainstream media, never trust them, right? Never trust the government. So who do you trust? You can't trust Grush. You can't trust Lou. You can't trust Travis Taylor. You can't trust Nolan. They're all government. Got it? Can't trust Corbell. He's not. He's media because he's tied in with NAP. Do you see? All these people, they just filter it in. That's who King Milk Fart Harassment Group should go after. Those people, the liars. Who cares if people make money? If they're making money off lies, that's one thing. You should go after the people that are lying and making money. That's those people I just mentioned. We'll be back tomorrow night with more drama right here on Goof On. Thank you for your support, moderators and super chatters. Thank you very much for your support. And if you want to help support, you can also use PayPal or Cash App after the show, or the thanks button on any of the videos we have. Thank you very much for hanging out. The newcomers, appreciate you giving the show a chance and hanging out, and the veterans, teaching them how to get along in this chat room. We let a lot of stuff slide by. We got the best moderators in the biz, and every now and then, you can't catch everything, but every now and then, you'll realize, somebody's going to realize those moderators make that chat room. They really do, and thank you for that. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, be good to each other, especially yourself. Love yourself, because your health is all you got. Without that, you got nothing. Alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to me. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.